Mondraker's Crafty electric mountain bikes have been top performers in the electric enduro and all-mountain riding scene since they dropped a few years back. The Crafty series keeps things versatile by having 160 millimeters of travel, capable of taking some big hits, but also having forward geometry, the patented geometry from Mondraker, meaning you can take single track with this enduro bike as well. This versatility means you can do loads of different riding styles with just one eMTB, which is a pretty rare quality. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the best aluminum option in the States, the Crafty RR. This bike adds a nice bit of kashima coating and some upgraded components in comparison to its little brother, the Crafty R, and man, is it flashy looking. In fact, I'm starting to think that this bike might not be pronounced Crafty RR, but the Crafty RR. Let's go take a look. Let's check out some specs.
Let's talk about specs, baby.
All of Mondraker's Crafty eMTBs are going to come with the Bosch Smart System this year. I would encourage you to take a look at our full Bosch Smart System breakdown and review if you have not quite seen it, so that you can know exactly what this Bosch Smart System is delivering. But we'll do a quick breakdown right now as well. You've of course got that Bosch Performance Line CX motor with 85 Newton meters of torque. That type of torque is just something you're coming to expect out of a Bosch eMTB motor, so that might not come as a surprise, but what will come as a surprise if you're totally new to this system is that 750 watt-hour battery. Man, this thing is capable of some insane range. You can ride to the trails, ride around all day, and still have enough battery to come home with. And Mondraker does have you set up with the complete package in the Bosch Smart System with that Kiox 300 display and the Bosch LED remote. A SRAM GX Eagle 12-speed derailleur on an 11 to 50 tooth cassette adds some incredible climbing capability because that is a wide gear ratio, and you've got added torque up front with a 34 tooth chainring. That will help with torque on the climbs, but also if you got some straightaways that you're trying to pound out, that 34 tooth chainring up front should help you maintain your speed. Mondraker completes the SRAM circle of life by rounding out your group set with Code R brakes. These are going to be hydraulic disc brakes from SRAM, 4 pistons of course, but where your real stopping power is going to come in is those massive 200 millimeter rotors front and rear. Your Kashima coated Fox suspension is going to shine bright on the Crafty RR and that zero suspension system. Up front, you've got a Fox 38 float, 160 millimeters of travel front and rear in this bike. This, to me, is the level of Fox suspension where things get really good. But you've also got the Fox Float X LV in the back. Of course, you can see that added capacity with that piggyback canister. I like that Fox Float X rear shock so much that honestly, it's kind of hard for me to like an eMTB that doesn't have one. So I'm very happy to see it on the Crafty RR. This enduro-friendly suspension is paired with some enduro-friendly geometry as well. You've got a 73.5 degree seat tube angle and a 65.5 degree head tube angle. This is some nice open geometry like the type you would like to see on an enduro or all-mountain bike, but again, because of that short front stem and that front end, the bike really does handle very well in comparison to other enduro eMTBs. At least that's how things normally go on most Mondrakers. We'll have to see with this Crafty RR though. I love that Mondraker has stuck with 29-inch wheels on the Craftys this year. Should be able to give you more of like a cross-country feel and gain more speed when you want it. But they don't shy away from making this an excellent all-mountain enduro tire and wheel setup as well, because you've got Maxxis Minions, which are 2.6 inches wide front and rear. The 29er wheel, along with the 2.6-inch wide tire, helps the bike stick to its enduro roots, but also, again, adds to that versatility. Also of note on this bike is that Kashima coated Fox transfer dropper seat post. This is not only an excellent dropper, but adds a nice polished look to the other Kashima coated components. I have yet to be disappointed by a Mondraker Crafty bike this year, so admittedly, because this is the most expensive one we have ridden, my expectations are pretty high. Will this Crafty RR hold up to the other bikes in the Crafty lineup? Let's have Austen check it out right now. Austen, take it away.
What is up, Fly Riders? Austen here. We're out here on the 2022 Mondraker Crafty RR. So let's get the gloves on, let's get cranking up this trail. It's gonna be a super techie climb, so we're gonna put that great pedal platform of the Mondraker to use and take you up to the top. Alrighty, so since we're on an eMTB today, we're gonna take the harder lines. Maybe not something that I would take on the normal bike. Throw everything that we can at it. We are almost at the top. As I mentioned, first time climbing this section on an eMTB, and I'm impressed. I know most eMTBs would handle that incredibly well, but just the way we were able to choose the fun lines, as you say, and still hold plenty of speed comfortably on such a steep grade. It's just a true testament to the Bosch motor, and also this Mondraker zero suspension and full geometry system. I mean, there's a steeper C-tube angle, which keeps me up over the top of the pedal, so I'm not pedaling relaxed, I'm pedaling up over in front, getting all of my pressure downward on the pedals. And then the short stem up here is keeping my front end very nimble and maneuverable, so I can make last second adjustments as I did on that steep section there. And then to accommodate that shorter stem and the steeper C-tube, there's a little bit longer reach on this bike than a lot of other bikes in similar sizes, which helps compensate for the shorter stem. First little roll. Alrighty, gotta shake out all the stiffness because we're gonna need to be extremely loose through this section right here. All right, let's concentrate up, as I like to say. There we go. Woo. Okay, left here. Woo, woo, woo. Oh man, all righty. Regain our composure. Throw it over this drop. Ah, really loose corner. All right, let's open up the bike. See what this bike's made of at higher speed. Woo! Oh, it's super balanced. That 38 is just crushing over everything in its path. Oh, right through those rocks like it was nothing. Hard left-hand corner. Again, loosen up because it's about to get real rocky. Ooh. Without putting all the spotlight on the suspension, let's talk about brakes. Woo! Send that drop. Got some SRAM code R's. I believe we got a 200 mil rotor up front. All right, let me stop talking and send this. Rush and weave down there. SRAM code R's, the 200 mil rotors, and a little SRAM GX drivetrain. Yeah, Maxxis Minion DHF2 up front. DHR2 in the rear. This is kind of funny trying to talk through this. Oh man. And yeah, they're 2.6s. Feel great. A lot of grip, as you can see, and leaning the bike over there. We'll take the wide line. Air that. Whoa. Sandy berm. Utilize those tires. Over the jump. Whoa. Alrighty. Now we can, I know we've set, I know we've let it loose earlier, but this is where it's not as techy and it's just flowing fast. The headwind might slow me down. Let's hit the jump. Oh, haha, just cased it a little bit. Lean the bike, get everything that we can out of that DHF up front. Pedal, pedal, pedal. Woo! I'm tired. A little bit more chunk. And that's it. This whole platform, I guess, it's a very much so upgraded Crafty R as the components show, but again, just like we like to speak in regards to about the Crafty system, it's just such an insanely well-designed system. So you got the zero suspension here, the zero suspension swing arm. You get that steeper C-tube angle, which puts you over top of the pedals, and then we got the shorter stem right up there. I got it slammed all the way so I can get the most responsiveness I can out of the bike. And then that mixed with a longer reach, it keeps you so well balanced over the bike. As you can see, we were going super fast down that trail. And I really have nothing bad to say about this bike, I guess, other than it is a tad, I mean, I wouldn't say it's heavy, but I mean, it does weigh about 56 and a half, 57 and 57 pounds. I don't have the exact weight, but I know it's right around there. So it's not your 53-pound bike, but again, that difference in 3 pounds, I always like to say the Mondrakers do ride about 5 to 7 pounds lighter than they actually weigh, and that's due to, in fact, due to the geometry and how it makes the bike feel weight-wise when you're maneuvering it down the trail. So it's an amazing bike.
So I'd say that was a pretty positive review from Austen there, and I would like to echo most of what he said. I've loved Mondraker bikes ever since they dropped a couple years back in the States, the eMTBs anyway, and these 2022s really seem to be no different. I've always been a fan of the zero suspension system and that forward geometry. Again, for me, a rider who doesn't really do a ton of enduro, but loves the all-mountain features of the Crafty series, having that nimbleness and also the ability to climb quicker and take single track faster with that zero suspension system makes me appreciate these bikes a lot. Something I've been consistently impressed with on the 2022 Crafty specifically is that it seems like you're getting a lot of bang for your buck. If you look at the bikes from other eMTB companies that are going to be offering similar components, I can pretty much guarantee you that you're going to be paying more from those companies than you would on a Mondraker Crafty. Overall, I think the 2022 Mondraker Crafty RR provides significant upgrades over the 2021 Craftys and performs better than most of its peers in the enduro eMTB world right now. This bike is on the upper end of 4 figures, but again, for the components that you are getting on this bike, I would say it's a pretty great value. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the Fly Rides Electric Bike channel. We've got loads of Mondraker eMTB reviews and eMTB reviews that you don't want to miss. So whether you're researching eMTBs in general or you're trying to nail down which Mondraker you're going to get, you're going to want to hit that subscribe button and that bell to make sure you don't miss a video. If you are researching Mondraker, I would make sure you have watched our intro to Mondraker video. And if you're comparing the Crafty RR with the Crafty R, make sure you go ahead and watch that Mondraker Crafty R review. Thanks for watching, you guys, and until next time, enjoy the ride.